This man was on the street getting ready for another day of work when suddenly a car passed by at high speed and splashed water on him. A little later he finds the car that had leaked water, but he is quite surprised when he realizes that the person who was driving was the owner of one company that he admired it. That woman is not understanding why that happiness, and he tells her that she was the one who spilled water with the car, but that's no problem, and that he really wanted to talk to her. And although she tells him that she doesn't have time, he keeps insisting, saying that he always visits the company to see her, and asks her for a minute. Then he says that he is a salesman and he goes from door to door trying to sell, and he asks her for an opportunity. Then he starts to explain about the product that he sells, quite excited about that conversation. Then he decides to show the product to the businesswoman, and when he takes the product, he tells that he cannot give it to her, since he needs to sell it, because all the invoices are overdue, and he say that he will give her a small sample of this product. So he asks her to please use this product, because she is going to like it a lot and it is going to change her life, since he knows that she is already a success, but that it is going to improve even more. That woman quite arrogantly says that she will never use that little product on her hair, because she never used those patio products, and throws that product on the floor saying that she is in a hurry. He gets very sad, because he had another vision of that businesswoman, so the other woman asks him not to be sad, and tells him that she will use that product, that he can still become a successful entrepreneur, and that she only treated him that way because she was in a hurry. Then that man gets sad, but he goes back to his work. 2 hours later, someone knocks on the door of that businesswoman and she asks the person to come in. Then her secretary comes in saying that the sales this month have been great, and the two are impressed by how much the company has earned this month. The businesswoman then asks that the price of all the products be increased to earn more, and even the secretary saying that the clients complain about the value, she does not accept it, and orders that it be increased right now, and says that she also needs all the employees of the company work overtime, so she goes out to notify about the changes. On the street, that salesman complains of being tired, since it was a hot day, and says that this door-to-door knocking situation will still work. So he stops at the door of another client, knocks several times, and shortly after knocking a woman appears at that door. He greets her saying that he is a salesman, and that he sells a wonderful product for hair. He says that he was walking down the street and decided to show her the product. He says that the product improves the hair, moisturizes it, strengthens it, and asks if she knew about this product, so she says that her friend had told her about it. Then he sells that product to that woman, telling her that she is going to love it. And he thanks her for buying it, and leaves very happy for another sale. A week later, that salesman was back on the street, very tired from his day. He sat down and started telling himself how bad that day was, because he hadn't sold anything. He wonders what's wrong, but he believes in God that everything will be fine, because he need to have faith that one day he will be a well-known businessman. On the other side, he hears another man who is talking on his cell phone and asking for more time. Because he doesn't have money to pay the rent, he asks the person to understand him and not to leave him on the street, and quite sadly tells that he will see what he can do to pay and hangs up that call. The seller tells himself that there are people who need much more than him, so he takes his products and approaches that man, asking him if he is okay. The man then replies no, and says that he heard their conversation on the phone and was moved. The two introduce themselves, and that man begins to cry and tell his sad story for that salesman, saying how difficult it is and that he has children to take care of, and he doesn't know what to do because he is unemployed. The salesman tells him to calm down, because God is going to help him. He thought a bit and says that he actually had an idea, that he was moved by his story and showed him the product that he sells door to door, which is a very good product indeed, and that he believes in this product. Then he says that he really needed a person who could help him, and asks if he wants to work with him. Then the man gets excited and says that he accepts, because in his situation he really needs a work, because he needs to pay the rent on his house, and he says it will be a pleasure to work for that man. The seller is then happy. He says that he will get his contact, because just tomorrow they will start working together. Then that man asks him to leave his contact on his mobile phone. The salesman thanks him and asks him to call him tomorrow, because he is excited about the sales, So the two say goodbye with the certainty that this association will be very good for them. A little after leaving, that man celebrates and thanks God for being so wonderful, that it didn't take long and already helped him, and he thanks God once again. A little later, that salesman talks to himself that this businesswoman could chat with him. That he understands that she is a busy woman, but that he only needs an opportunity. Because now he has a person who helps him, and he trusts that they will succeed. And with faith in God, everything is gonna be better. He knocks on the door of the company and the secretary answers him. He greets her and apologizes for knocking on the door of the company, even knowing that the owner does not want him there, but insists again that she needs to attend to him, because he needs an opportunity, because now he has someone who helps him to sell the products. She asks him what he needs to talk to her about, and he tells her that he only needs her investment, since his product will bring her benefits, and asks to the secretary to call her for just 1 minute. The secretary then asks him to wait outside because she is going to pass the information to the owner of the company, so he gets very anxious about this opportunity. Inside, the secretary arrives in her boss's room and asks her if she remembers a salesman who had stopped them on the street to show his product. Then the businesswoman says that she doesn't remember that, because there are so many people she talks every day that she doesn't remember that. Then the secretary says that he is at the door asking for another chance, and asks if she can't at least listen to him. Angrily, the businesswoman says that she has better things to do than talk to someone on the street, and asks her to let him know and not to call her again. Then the secretary apologizes and leaves the office. And it didn't take long and that businesswoman began to complain to herself that every day someone knocks on her door asking for an opportunity. From outside he gets excited asking if it worked, but unfortunately the secretary tells him that she can't answer. Sad and despondent, he says he understands, and thanks her for at least trying, then walks away quite sad. The secretary says it's sad to see someone like that, because he just wanted a chance, but unfortunately that's life. So she walks in. Six months later, that businesswoman complains that the day was difficult. Then her secretary knocks on the door and comes in. Then she says that she does not bring good news, and the businesswoman angrily asks what she has to reveal, because she is already full of problems. Then the secretary says that the turnover of the company this month has dropped a lot, and shows the result, leaving that businesswoman quite scared. Because she did not know that the company was doing so badly, she asks if the company is not selling anything, and without believing she demands the secretary to find a way out, check in the market what they are doing wrong. So the secretary says she did some research and a new product came out that all the women are buying. Then the businesswoman asks what that product is, and the secretary tells her that it is a product of a man who had asked her for an opportunity in the company a few months ago. The businesswoman says that she does not remember because she talks to many people, and says that she needs a sample to test this product today. The secretary says that she has saved the sample, so the businesswoman asks her to bring it to take the test today. The businesswoman is left alone in that room complaining about this new product, saying that it is her fault that her company is failing. 2 hours later, that businesswoman was making a call, and she says that nothing is going well for her, that she really needs a loan, and asks why the bank does not want to release that money. She says that she does not understand that when the company was doing well, she received proposals from loan. Today that the company is in need, it cannot release anything for her. She says that she is angry with the bank, because they only treat her well when she has money. So she orders them to do their best and come back with a solution, then hang up the call. After hanging up, her secretary comes back with samples of the product, and the businesswoman can't believe it's selling so well. The woman asks for the address of the owner of this product, so the secretary gives her his name and address, saying that he now has an industry. The businesswoman thanks her and tells that she is going to try this product to see if it is really good. Next day, that businesswoman goes to a beauty salon, because her intention was to try that product and see if it is really good. Then she walks in and says hello to the receptionist, and says she didn't make a reservation, but since it's empty, she asked someone to try that product on her hair. The receptionist tells her yes, and calls her to another place. She enters already complaining about that product. She approaches that woman, so she tells her that she can sit there, and asks if she accepts water. The businesswoman says no, she only needs to test the product on her hair. 30 minutes later, the owner of the beauty salon tells her that her hair is wonderful and asks her where she found that product. Then the businesswoman says that she is going to see where she can find it and she is going to supply it soon. Then she leaves in a hurry and says that she does not know how a door seller has managed to make such a good product, causing her company to lose revenue, and says that this seller is going to see her. A little while later, the owner's secretary knocks on his door, says he just needs their signatures, because these are the new contracts they were doing. Then the businessman asks his secretary to tell the production staff to change the last product, because he did not like the packaging or the color, which needs to be improved a little. He asks the color, and the businessman tells him that it can be green. Then the secretary tells him that he will talk to the staff to change it. The businessman thanks him and tells him that he will sign the papers. A little later, the secretary was finishing a call when that businesswoman arrives at the company and says that she urgently needs to speak with the owner of the company. He asks her to wait, because he is in a meeting. But she tells that she is in a hurry, because it is a unique opportunity for him, since he has the largest distributor in the region, and orders him to contact his boss immediately. So he asks her to wait, because he will call. Inside, that businessman is on the phone saying that he is very happy, because the company is going very well, that the women are liking his product. He thanks for everything and for the support. And then he says goodbye and hangs up the phone. Shortly after, the secretary comes in and says that there is a woman out there who claims to be a businesswoman from a distribution company and wants to talk with him. The businessman said that it is always good to have someone by your side helping, and that yes, he can call her because he will talk to her. A little later, that businesswoman enters his room, and soon he recognizes her because he always admired her as a great businesswoman, so he asks her what she came to do in his company. Then she takes a deep breath and says that her company is giving her a lot of headaches. Then he doesn't understand and asks why. She says that his product is selling very well, that she has tried the product and that it is really good. Then he thanks her and tells her that it is a pleasure to hear from a businesswoman like her, that she must not remember but that he always admired her, and that it was not easy to get to where he is today, and she knows it. She says she understands and asks him what he has done to make this product so successful. Then he says that it is working with love and persistence, because this product has changed his life, and he remembers that he always knocked on doors, asked for help in larger companies, and thank God he had the help of his secretary who has been with him since the beginning. This partnership gave him a lot of strength, resulting today this successful business. Then she interrupts him and tells that she has a proposal for him, that she will only make this proposal to him once, that he will thank her for the rest of his life. Then she tells him that her proposal is to produce his product in her company, because it is already a large and well-known company, and that a good part of the profit will go to her, and asks him what he thinks. He laughs, and she tells him that he might be scared, but that's it, that she has the largest company and is the best known in the region, that she can produce the product in her company. Then he laughs, and he says that it is very funny to see that now she is in his company to ask him for a chance. So she says that it is a unique opportunity, that today is his lucky day. But he laughs and apologizes, saying that today he no longer needs investments, because thank God his product sells itself. That today he earns very well, selling something simple and at a fair price, so that all the customers can buy it. She asks if he's already earning so much to deny being her partner, and he replies that, thank God, he is already exporting to other countries, and that he is going to ask the secretary to find a day in his agenda so that they can talk about business, because he is very busy right now. She doesn't think he will refuse her proposal. So he says that there is no point in accepting, since the company is going well with the partners he already has, so she leaves that company saying that he will still come looking for her. Never underestimate someone's dream, because if you do, then it might be too late.